There's a story about a young man named Arin, who lived in a small town surrounded by mountains. Ever since he was little, Arin dreamed of climbing the tallest peak, a mountain nobody from his town had ever reached. People spoke of it with a mix of fear and admiration. But for Arin, it wasn't just a mountain. It was a symbol of everything he hoped to become. One day, he finally decided it was time. With a small backpack, worn-out shoes, and a heart full of determination, Arin took his first step toward the towering summit. The first part of the climb was easy. Birds were singing, sunlight cut gently through the trees, and Arin felt invincible. "I can do this," he told himself, smiling at the path ahead. But as the trail grew steeper, things began to change. The air grew colder, the rocks became sharper, and the once clear path twisted into a maze. At times, he slipped. At times, he fell. And with each stumble, he wondered whether everyone who doubted him had been right all along. One evening, exhausted and discouraged, Arin sat on a ledge halfway up the mountain. His hands shook. His legs burned. He whispered, "Maybe this is far enough. Maybe I'm just not built for this." As the sky darkened, Arin noticed an old traveler resting nearby. The man looked worn, like someone who had crossed many mountains in his life. He approached Arin and asked, "Why are you stopping here?" Arin sighed, "I've tried. But the top is still so far. I'm tired, and I don't know if I can make it." The old man smiled gently and said, "Let me tell you a secret. The mountain always tests you right before the peak. It makes the last part the hardest, so that only those who truly want it reach the top." He pointed upward and added, "You think you're failing, but you're closer than you've ever been." Then the old man stood, gave Arin a nod of encouragement, and continued upward until he disappeared into the mist. That night, Arin slept under the stars, and as he looked up at the sky, he remembered every reason he had begun this journey, his dreams, his promises to himself, and the belief that somewhere deep inside, he was capable of more than he knew. When dawn broke, Arin rose with renewed determination. The final stretch was brutal. Wind whipped against him. The ground crumbled beneath every step. His muscles screamed. His lungs ached. But he kept moving, step after step, breath after breath, remembering the old man's words, "The mountain is hardest right before the peak." And then, suddenly, the ground leveled. The wind softened. Arin lifted his head and realized he was standing at the summit. He had made it. Tears filled his eyes as he looked over the endless horizon below. Every struggle, every doubt, every moment he almost quit, it all made this view possible. He understood something powerful. The mountain never wanted to defeat him. It simply wanted to prepare him for the strength he needed to stand at the top. And so, remember this. When your path gets hardest, when you feel closest to giving up, when everything seems to push against you, that might be the moment you are inches away from your own peak. Keep climbing. Your summit is waiting.